What's poppin', people? This is Roll54 here with a new deck profile for the standard format, and today we're finally going to be looking at Dynamotor Flaaffy. So if you guys know me, you know that I love my energy acceleration abilities from the discard pile on these stage 1s, whether it was the original Dynamotor Electric, Bronzong, Malamar, used all of those, loved all of them. I even tried to use the Firestarter Blaziken, but it was a damn difficult card to use because it was a stage 2 in this day and age. But anyway, so Flaaffy came back in not Roaring Skies, Evolving Skies, that's right. And I've actually had these cards for quite a while, even the Rayquaza and the Rayquaza VMAX, but I tried using the deck, but because of the frogs, because of the Jolteon VMAX, the damn Urshifu Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAXs, and even stuff like Inteleon VMAX with the frogs. These small guys died super quick and you couldn't do anything. But now that we got the Manaphy back and we have this bench protection ability, Wave Veil, prevent all damage done to bench Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, we get that protection. So it should be a little bit better. At least I know that I don't have to worry about dying in a few turns against Jolteon or Urshifu if those decks come up. I mean, nowadays is the Fusion Strike new and it's super fast, super powerful, and that's going to give us a hard time too because it's just more powerful and more consistent. But we're going to do our best, and I really wanted to showcase this deck to you guys because it's Dynamotor Flaaffy. Now, I need to make one thing clear. This is not like a full-fledged Rayquaza deck. Simply because I want to have a toolbox type of deck with this sort of ability. There is the one Rayquaza VMAX and two Rayquaza Vs to get the dude out, but the focus isn't going to be completely on this guy. I just have one copy of this dude anyway, and even if I had more, I don't know about using, multiple of these stage 1s in a way, VMAXs. With these stage 1s, you just eat up a lot of space in your deck. And this deck is going to be difficult to work with as it is because of all the extra space that we have to sacrifice for cards. So instead, we're going to use a bunch of different attackers. Now, the usual suspects for my techs is Double V and Grammar V. Energy acceleration decks, you guys should be familiar with me running these cards every time I can. It's because this guy is a very good sniper and Beak Catch is a good opening attack. And this guy is an excellent revenge Pokemon mid to late game, and Soft Wool makes him a pretty good tank. So gotta run these guys. They give a lot of utility compared to just running, Rayquaza or Rayquaza VMAX. So they're in here. We still have the Rayquazas though. This guy can do 180 damage, only able to discard 2 energies. Is very annoying. I just wish they just gave us Rayquaza EX back, like when this guy being the Rayquaza V. Just discard as many energies or something, and then maybe have this guy do more damage. But no, you're limited to just 2 cards, so he's not going to do a lot of damage that way. Dragon Pulse is a very weak attack as well at this point. Come on. It's from the old, Dragon's Exalted, or, yeah, Dragon's Exalted and the other Dragon mini set from Black and White. I don't remember the name right now. But those sets, weak attack, but it's because you're supposed to run them with this guy. So this guy can't do as much damage as you need to get KOs. It's the Ultra Necrozma GX attack, essentially the same amount of damage. The only difference is we get more HP. We have this Azure Pulse ability too, which I'm not going to be utilizing too much, but when you do have like a low hand size, or you have cards you don't need, it's good that you have this effect too. I just wish it gave you more cards, like at least 2. Come on, man. I mean, if we're going to discard my whole hand, draw at least 4 cards. Just like the Zip Strike or whatever. But anyway, this is the guy. He's not going to have any weakness to retreat, whatever, standard. He's a good Pokemon, but it's just, you do need a lot of energies to get 1-hit KOs. Because of the VMAXs, even like the damn V stars, with 280 HP, you're gonna need the 4th energy to get that 1-hit KO just to get 2 prizes. So It's a bit unfortunate. But anyway, we still got to run this guy as the big attacker of the deck. And then I also do Tapu Koko V, nice Pokemon, Free Retreat Pivot, which I like. Thunderous Bolt, 200 for 3, is very solid attack, respectable. And then a Spike Draw, another good early attack we can fall back on. Good Lightning V Pokemon. I mean, HP 200, not the greatest. He's probably going to be dying easily to things like Zacian and stuff. But he can dish out high damage. He has a useful first attack. And the Free Retreat is the best thing about this card. It's the main thing that makes me want to run this guy instead of other Lightning Pokemon. And then I also have the Ninetales V. Ninetales Shapeshifter, very good tech attack. Once again, can do a lot of creative things. Copy Arceus's V-Star's attack, copy other broken attacks, copy Zacian's attack, copy... what else can we copy? We can copy a lot of things, that's for sure. Urshifu's attack, Single Strike Urshifu, damn, even maybe Gengar's attack, that can come up. So it's pretty good. It's attack, since I can use it in this deck. Flamethrower, conventional attack as well. Looks fucking awesome as a full art, this card from Rebel Clash. But 200 HP is also kind of on the low side for me these days. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's the position we're in today. Okay, and then the last Pokemon that I guess can attack is Tapu Koko, the regular one. This card is in here once again because it's a nice pivot free retreat. I can just promote him and attach energies with my Dynamotor Flaaffies. Allure is a nice early attack as well. And this guy also has the use of being able to hit the occasional, if they do come up. I don't really see them these days, but Decide-Eye and Altaria. Altaria troll decks, fuck those decks, but besides that, just decks that just try and use those cards and actually do damage, but just be used as an anti-meta deck, trying to just catch your opponent off guard with no counters. I like to have a counter, and this guy's going to be a counter. In a desperate position, even Fluffy can attack those guys, but we're not going to go far. And I can just recover them back with Ordinary Rod, perhaps. That's about it. I mean, Free Retreating Pivot, it's still good. Manaphy, the 1 Manaphy, going to give us that bench protection. And this is basically the deck. For the Fluffy line, I guess I should have mentioned this first thing in this deck profile. It's just 3 and 3. I'm sure most people would just max this out, but if you guys know me once again, you saw my previous deck profiles, I always like to do 3 and 3 with these lines most of the time. Just the point is to be consistent, to get these cards, you know, together and hopefully early enough in the game, and then just evolve into Fluffy and just go from there with your abilities. But just having an extra Marip and an extra Flaaffy, that's 2 cards. You're not really going to have all of the 4 slots down. So it's basically just mostly, if they start dying, you want the extras. But that's what Ordinary Rod is for. Now, this card isn't going to recover too many Pokemon, but you guys get the idea. I basically built this deck modeled after how I have them in Expanded, how I used to play them for the most part. 3 and 3 should still be good enough to get the job. We need just more space for more Pokemon down. Speaking of more Pokemon, almost forgot, Crobat V2. This was an Eldegoss V, but I had to take it out and put Crobat because I would just brick. I'd have the Quick Ball, and I'm like, okay, I got the Quick Ball, but there's no Crobat in the deck. So I just had to put this guy in and sacrifice the Eldegoss. I don't really want either Eldegoss or this guy in this deck. I would like that Tapu Lele GX effect, but we don't have that. Crobat is, I mean, it's pretty good, to be honest, but because there's no VS Seeker, I want to have a way to recover the boss's orders if I have to discard it. And Eldegoss V is the only way for me to do it, as far as I can think of. Anyway, and then 3 Marip, I think it's the only one we have. Maybe there's another one. But that's the Pokemon. It's 16 Pokemon. Not too big of a line, but it could definitely get bigger if you were going to run, you know, extra Rayquaza VMAXs, more Rayquazas, even max out the Fluffy line, you know. So it's really difficult. And I mean, I just have 1 Crobat V for like draw support in a way, if you think about it. Okay, So these are the Pokemon. Now trainers are going to be pretty standard too, I would say. You max out the Quick Ball, discard outlet, and the best way to get basic Pokemon in this deck, we can just get anything we need. The big guys, the small guys, get everything. Then I do triple level ball. This is nice because of course it's compatible with Marip. We can easily get Fluffy, what I meant to say, but Marip too. Just get your small energy acceleration Pokemon. Can also get Manaphy too. It is not maxed out because I need to have a little bit of space for 2 Incense too. Incense is a way for me to get Fluffy as well, but it's also a way for us to get Rayquaza VMAX, the only way to search this guy. So that's the point. You can do Ultra Ball if you like, but I thought to myself, I can grab anything that I need with these cards. What's the point of Ultra Ball? Discard 2. I mean, it would be a good discard outlet for Lightning Energies, but it's just I have other cards that are going to do the job of what I need to do, and you don't always want to discard so many cards. I mean, Quick Ball is already going to be an outlet for us to discard Lightning Energies, and of course I have other cards too, like Oak and stuff. So this is how I went with the Searcher, the Pokemon Searcher cards. Okay, then we do double energy search. This card, it just pains me to use it, but I guess we got just too used to Professor's Letter. But no Professor's Letter in standard, so gotta use this card. It's a bit silly to be honest. I'd be used to it normally since this card has been around from the beginning essentially. But just the short amount of time we had Professor's Letter, you just can't go back to just using this. Even like Energy Spinner or just the Fidget Spinner could at least give you 3 sometimes. So anyway, but we gotta have this so I can search those energies and then discard them with Quick Ball, get that sort of combo going, or just attach them. So that's why they're here. Touched upon the Ordinary Rod a little bit. Our only form of recovery and a way for me to recover fire energies if I get rid of them or if I need them, if I don't have too many of them. Yup. And then the last cards is basically the one Tool Scrapper. I did want to sacrifice a spot for this card in this deck. Just get rid of tools from the opposition. You never know when it can come up. And the switching outlets, double switch. Gotta have a card like this in this deck, especially when we don't have like Keldeo. And the 2 air balloons as well. So it would have been nice if we could put this on a Pokemon like Russian Keldeo or the Darmix Necrozma. But we don't have these Pokemon. It should be effective enough if you just put it on Fluffies. And then of course you promote the Fluffy with a balloon and get your Dynamotor acceleration going. And then promote the attackers essentially. But I mean, the switching aspect is important in this deck since Fluffy can only attach lightning energies to benched Pokemon. You know, that's how this effect has always been on other Pokemon too. So you gotta run what you gotta run to switch. Okay. So these are all the item cards. And I think, yeah, I didn't miss anything. Stadium of choice is going to be the Stormy Mountains. I mean, it's the best stadium to run in a deck like this. They just made this to work with the Rayquaza Fluffy deck essentially. You can grab both your Dragon and Lightning basic Pokemon, so you can grab your Rayquazas if you want, and you can grab your Marips too. Can grab Tapu Kokus as well. Just can grab a lot of Pokemon in this deck. So you gotta run them. I do 3, and this is one of the types of stadiums that if you see it, you're gonna play it down immediately. I'm not gonna conserve it like other stadiums. You play this, you get your search, and you're good to go, even if they get rid of it. Okay. Now the last thing to talk about is the supporters. In this deck, since we do want to discard energies, and we don't mind too much with discarding resources as long as we get what we want. Professor's Research, run 3 of this card, so it's good. Discard, draw 7, good stuff. The usual Marnie, max this out in this deck. Just Disruption and solid shuffle and draw. It's all we got. I do one. Where are you? The schoolgirl. Pretty nice supporter in the beginning of the game. Once again, just gonna draw straight 4. I like it. Simple and useful. So I do one. Just basically replaced other tech supporters like Avery and stuff. I mean, Avery's effect to fuck up your opponent's bench is great, but this is just more consistent, I would say. I'd rather have a more consistent card than a card that might disrupt or just might not, I don't know, like really put out a useful effect. So sometimes the Avery discarding doesn't matter, but this is just an extra card that you can get when you're at 2 or 4 or 6 prizes. All right. One copycat as well. I'm a bit iffy about this card, but it can be very rewarding. I mean, I use one because it's just one copy. You can risk it, and it can be handy too. I mean, if you draw 5, then you're at a Marnie, a one-sided Marnie, and then it just gets better from there. To be honest, it usually will give me a bunch of cards, but I mean, of course, I'd rather have a Cynthia. And then the Skyla, one Skyla, get anything, great card, like to have it. And then the one boss's orders to pull. So yeah, these are, oh, and Cynthia's Ambition, I forgot about you. Okay, so another tech supporter card. Since I do have a bunch of small Pokemon in this deck, quite a few actually, if you think about it, with Coco and Manaphy as well. And because if my opponent is going to be killing something, I mean, even these guys, it's going to be this deck, you're either going to just, they're going to kill you quick and you're not going to be able to do anything, or you're going to be able to set up and kill them quick. I mean, if it just becomes slow like that, then I would say you have the advantage. But the point of Cynthia's Ambition is if somebody dies, I can draw until I have 8. And it's pretty good. It should be live in this deck. So one tech copy should be pretty good once again. Okay, and then the energies, my usual in this sort of type of a deck, just like the old Ray Ills, you do 4 fire energies for Rayquaza and the other Pokemon that are going to use fire, and then 8 lightning energies. No special energies, no other stuff to make it inconsistent. That's the point. And this is basically the deck, guys. So this deck, I mean, in theory, on paper, is supposed to be pretty versatile. You know, we have a bunch of different good type coverage. With Ninetales, we can hit Fire Weak Pokemon. Tapu Koko and the Lightning Pokemon, we're going to hit for Lightning. You got your Dragon Dudes for a regular attacker, and then even double V, you know, just attack revenge Pokemon, and just have a bunch of attackers. They're not even going to hit you for weakness. I mean, you can use different Pokemon. That's the theory side of things, but to be honest, the most popular Pokemon right now, it's not really stuff you're going to hit for weakness. But I wanted to include these tech Pokemon anyway, like Ninetales V and things like Double V. So this is the deck. Maybe in the future, I'll do like a full-fledged Rayquaza VMAX deck. Maybe. I actually have the Pikachu VMAX too, and toyed around with that as well. Can do more damage, I guess, and you don't need to run fire energies for 3 energies anyway. So Pikachu VMAX Rayquaza, I mean, they're stage 1s, and it kind of pisses me off. I would just like to have a good basic Pokemon that are going to do this guy's attack, like Alternate Crossman GX in the Malamar deck. So it is what it is. We're going to use what they give us. We don't have a choice. So this is the deck, guys. I'm going to show you guys matches with it as well, as I always do. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What